It was never just a kissing book. When The Princess Bride hit screens in September 1987, it barely made a splash at the box office. But like Westley crawling out of the fire swamp, it refused to stay down. Decade after decade, it won new hearts until it became one of the most beloved films of all time. Now, nearly 40 years later, let's find out what happened to the stars who made Florin the most magical kingdom on screen. Cary Elwes, who played Westley, the farm boy turned dread pirate Roberts. Cary was just 24 years old when he strapped on that black mask and delivered one of cinema's greatest romantic heroes. With his charm, his sword skills, and those two words, "as you wish," he stole hearts around the world. Today, in 2026, Cary is 63 years old and still very much active in Hollywood. After The Princess Bride, his career took an interesting path. He starred in hits like Robin Hood, Men in Tights, and Twister, but also went through quieter years where big leading roles didn't quite come his way. He's been refreshingly honest about that journey, even writing a memoir called As You Wish in 2014, sharing behind-the-scenes stories from the film with remarkable warmth and detail. In recent years, Cary has found a second wind on television, appearing in Stranger Things as Dr. Sam Owens, introducing him to an entirely new generation of fans. He married Lisa Marie Kurbikoff in 2000, and they have one daughter together. Westley always found a way back to Buttercup, and Cary Elwes always found a way back to the spotlight. Robin Wright, who played Princess Buttercup. Robin was 20 years old when she became the most beautiful woman in the world, or at least in the land of Florin. With golden hair and quiet strength, she made Buttercup far more than just a damsel in distress. In 2026, Robin is 60 years old, and her career trajectory after The Princess Bride is nothing short of extraordinary. She went on to star in Forrest Gump alongside Tom Hanks, earning a Golden Globe nomination. But it was her role as the icy, calculating Claire Underwood in Netflix's House of Cards that truly redefined her, earning her a Golden Globe win and universal acclaim. Robin's personal life has had its share of headlines. Her on and off relationship and marriage to Sean Penn lasted from 1996 to 2010. She later married French actor Clément Giraudet in 2018. Today, she's also moved behind the camera, directing episodes of House of Cards and her feature film Land in 2021. Buttercup grew up, and she grew up magnificent. Mandy Patinkin, who played Inigo Montoya. Mandy was 34 years old when he uttered the most quoted line in movie history. "Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die." He delivered it with such fire, such grief, such joy, that it burned itself permanently into pop culture. In 2026, Mandy is 73 years old and has never stopped working. After The Princess Bride, he starred in the TV series Chicago Hope, winning an Emmy Award. He became a beloved fixture on Criminal Minds as David Rossi, appearing in hundreds of episodes over more than a decade. Mandy is also a celebrated stage performer and concert singer, releasing multiple albums and performing to sold-out crowds. He has been married to writer Catherine Grody since 1980, over 45 years together. He's spoken openly about his struggles with anxiety and depression over the years, becoming an advocate for mental health awareness. Inigo Montoya spent 20 years searching for his father's killer. Mandy Patinkin has spent his career searching for the next great role, and he keeps finding it. Wallace Shawn, who played the scheming, inconceivable Vizzini. Wallace was 43 years old when he sat down across that poisoned goblet and lost the greatest battle of wits in cinema history. His delivery of inconceivable remains one of the funniest single words ever put on film. In 2026, Wallace is 82 years old and has had one of the most quietly prolific careers in Hollywood. He voiced Rex in the entire Toy Story franchise, starred in Clueless, and played Grand Nagus Zek in Star Trek Deep Space Nine. He's also a respected playwright, with his provocative stage work performed around the world. Wallace has been in a long relationship with author Deborah Eisenberg and remains as sharp, funny, and distinctive as ever. What Vizzini never understood was that the cleverest man in any room wasn't the one making the speeches. It was Wallace Shawn, quietly building a legendary career behind the scenes. If The Princess Bride was part of your childhood, make sure you're subscribed. We revisit the classics that shaped us, the films, the casts, the stories that never really left us. Hit that button and stay with us. André the Giant, who played the gentle giant Fezzik. André was 41 years old when he brought Fezzik to life, the big man with the bigger heart, whose rhymes and loyalty made him the soul of the film. At 7 feet 4 inches and over 500 pounds, he was unlike anyone who had ever appeared on screen. And yet what audiences felt watching him was pure tenderness. Sadly, André passed away on January 27th, 1993, at just 46 years old, from congestive heart failure. His gigantism had caused lifelong health complications, and yet he lived with extraordinary humor and grace. Before The Princess Bride, André was the most famous professional wrestler on the planet, a larger-than-life showman who filled arenas worldwide. His castmates have spoken about him with nothing but love. Cary Elwes wrote in his memoir that André was one of the kindest, most generous people he had ever met. He is missed deeply, not only by fans but by everyone who had the privilege of knowing him. Fezzik always said anyone who says differently is selling something, and anyone who claims the world wasn't diminished by losing André the Giant is selling something too. Chris Sarandon, who played the villainous Prince Humperdinck. Chris was 41 years old when he played the most magnificently cowardly villain in the kingdom, a prince who didn't fight to the pain, he just ordered others to. His smug, silky menace made every audience love to hate him. In 2026, Chris is 80 years old and has had a long and diverse career across film, television, and the stage. He is perhaps best known to younger audiences as the voice of Jack Skellington in the Nightmare Before Christmas-related media, as well as reprising the voice role in various projects. He also starred in Fright Night and has done extensive Broadway and off-Broadway work. Though Chris was previously married to actress Susan Sarandon from 1967 to 1979 before her rise to superstardom. He later married actress Joanna Gleason in 1994, and they remain together today. Prince Humperdinck was all power and no courage. Chris Sarandon has proved to be all talent and no ego. Christopher Guest, who played the six-fingered Count Rugen. Christopher was 39 years old when he played the cold, calculating Count, the man responsible for Inigo's legendary quest for revenge. He was terrifyingly calm, utterly believable, and unforgettable. In 2026, Christopher is 78 years old, and the truth is, most people don't realize just how brilliant his career became. After The Princess Bride, he became the undisputed master of the mockumentary, writing and directing beloved cult classics like This Is Spinal Tap, Waiting for Guffman, Best in Show, and A Mighty Wind. Oh, he assembled the same group of improvisational geniuses film after film, creating a comedy universe entirely his own. Christopher also holds a real British title, as the 5th Baron Hayden Guest and a member of the House of Lords. He has been married to actress Jamie Lee Curtis since 1984, over 40 years together. Count Rugen studied pain with cold intellectual curiosity. Christopher Guest studies human absurdity with warm comedic genius. Both, it turns out, are equally devastating. Billy Crystal, who played Miracle Max. Billy was 39 years old when he appeared for just a few glorious minutes as the cantankerous, brilliant Miracle Max, and nearly stole the entire film. His improvised performance had the crew laughing so hard that shooting had to stop repeatedly. In 2026, Billy is 78 years old, and his legacy in comedy is untouchable. He hosted the Academy Awards 11 times and remains one of the most beloved hosts in Oscar history. Oh, he starred in When Harry Met Sally, City Slickers, Analyze This, and Monsters, Inc., voicing Mike Wazowski across the entire franchise. Billy has been married to Janice Goldfinger since 1970, an astonishing 55-plus years together. He has 2 daughters and several grandchildren. He has spoken openly about aging, loss, and the evolution of comedy with intelligence and heart. Miracle Max said, "Mostly dead is slightly alive." At 78, Billy Crystal is fully, brilliantly, hilariously alive. Carol Kane, who played Valerie, Miracle Max's fiercely loving wife. Carol was 44 years old when she played Valerie, pinching, scolding, and ultimately saving the day with pure stubborn love. She and Billy Crystal had such natural chemistry that their few scenes together feel like they've been married 40 years in real life too. In 2026, Carol is 73 years old and remains one of the most distinctive and respected character actresses in Hollywood. She received Academy Award and Emmy nominations throughout her career, starring in Hester Street, Taxi, and The Princess Bride among dozens of memorable roles. More recently, she played Lillian on The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt and has continued appearing in film and television regularly. Carol has never married and has lived life largely on her own terms, private and dedicated to her craft. She is the kind of actress other actors study. Valerie saved Westley with a miracle. Carol Kane has been saving every scene she's ever been in for over 50 years. Fred Savage, who played the grandson, our way into the story. Fred was just 10 years old when he sat in that bed, skeptical about a kissing book, and ended up falling in love with one of the greatest stories ever told. He was the audience. He was all of us. In 2026, Fred is 49 years old, and his career has had genuine highs and some very public lows. After The Princess Bride, he became one of the most famous child stars in the world through the Wonder Years, earning Emmy nominations at ages 13 and 14, the youngest actor ever nominated at the time. He transitioned smoothly into directing, helming episodes of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Modern Family, and Party Down. However, in 2022, Fred was fired from the revival of the Wonder Years following misconduct allegations on set, a significant public blow. He has mostly stayed out of the spotlight since. Fred was married to Jennifer Lynn Stone from 2004 to 2020, and they have 3 children together. The grandson didn't want to hear the story at first. Sometimes in life, the stories we resist are the ones that teach us the most.